we are all turned around again. And step 16 is just sort of more of 15. And all of these pieces, we pulled them off the sprues and painted them, going on 2 months ago. So I don't think there's anything that we're going to have to find on the screws. Even this little tiny piece that goes on top of that windlass box that represents a wheel that you can see in this picture. Yeah, we got that. I saw it in one of these tins here just a few minutes ago, so I know that's there. I think we're probably ready to start, gluing stuff down. Now, if I remember right here, this stuff will wick along the deck pretty good. I think that's all we need. I don't think I need to even try and do the back ones. Now, if I remember right, I had a problem with this piece on the other side as well. Now it's supposed to go like that. It's supposed to be sort of a catwalk. Now, I don't think I've got that right. I think the left side is supposed to go on top of that little protrusion that's coming out from the deck, like this. Something like that. Now, I know the other one I didn't do that, but I don't think it's supposed to be resting on top of that, on top of this vent tube. How am I going to get that to stick? I'm going to end up scratching all the paint off it. Yeah, maybe if I was to put some CA glue along the edge on the other side, and then just sort of, I could try that and see what happens. The problem is, though, it could end up, wicking into all those little holes. Although, mind you, I imagine that when I try to repaint it, that's going to happen anyway. Well, here goes nothing. Now, what am I not supposed to do? That's right, don't poke at it. Okay, can anybody remember how we did this one on the other side? Quickly in the comments below. Like, I think we positioned it and then dropped a little bit of glue in the appropriate places. It has to come out just a little on the bottom, I think. I think that's about right. Looks good to me anyway. Okay, I checked the other side, and we obviously used CA glue because it's globbed on there pretty good. So I think I'm gonna try and grab hold of it like this. Oh. Maybe I'll turn my tweezers like this. Now I'm going to dip the bottom of the ladder into CA. Put it back in place. And I'll carefully let go of the top. Is that going to work? Ron, are you poking again? I don't know. Doesn't look like any of the CA adhered to the deck. Okay, I did this about half an hour ago, and it's cured. I'm thinking if I paint deck color over top of that, it won't show. But anyway, what I wanted to mention was that the other day online I got an ad from an outfit here in Canada that supplies jewelry stores and so on, or watch repair people, and they had an applicator that had a very, very fine tip, at least it looked like it from the picture, and the type of glue that they used was ultraviolet. And then you put the glue on, and then you hit it with this light, and it cures. Like, I've known about that kind of stuff for quite a while. I don't know if I want to try it or not. What I need is something that will keep the glue on the end of the applicator. Somebody suggested a piece of wire. I have to be honest, I haven't tried that. Maybe I'll find a piece of wire and I'll just try it right now and see if the glue stays on the end of the wire where you need it. Because I'm finding that what's happening is the glue is kind of wicking its way up the applicator and doesn't stay on the end. Okay, here's a piece of wire. Now I'm thinking if I take my Dremel tool and a little grinder on the end of it, and I'll just sort of flatten that out so it's square on the end. I don't know, I'll experiment. Maybe I should try it the way it is. That's, it's just been pinched off with a pair of wire cutters there, so that's why it is the way it is. But I'll try it both ways. Okay, here you can see one wire is squared off and the other's just nipped off. See what it's going to do here. Is it going to wick its way up, or is it going to stay on the end? I think they're both about as saturated as I can get. Now let's see what happens when I touch them on the... They're both about the same, from what I can see anyway. Well, maybe I'll try a piece of wire. Now, as long as we're going to do this, let's make it worthwhile. I'm noticing there's a little hair or something on the end of that wire. Maybe I should get that off. Okay, I think I got it. So anyway, let's put a little bit of CA on the end of the wire and just touch it on right there, like that. See what happens. I don't know, is it coming off? I'll get some more. Now here again is another case of the camera seeing it way better than I am. I didn't see it coming off there that first time, and yet obviously it did. Maybe I'm going to have to start wearing something a little bit stronger than my strong reading glasses, because I don't always have the monitor plugged into the camera. Oh, there, I can see that one. Yeah, that kind of worked. I think that's probably the smallest amount of CA I've ever put on anything at any one time. Okay, we've been doing hard ones. Let's treat ourselves to an easy one here. It's supposed to go right over here. Now that shouldn't be too hard. Yeah. Oh shoot. And not only that, I didn't see where it went. Well, might as well turn off the camera and look for it. Okay, I found it. I'm looking in all the hard places. I even looked in the hull in case it went down one of those openings. And it was right in front of me. Oh my. I hope that evaporates. Whoops. Does that look straight? No, it's not. Okay, I have the monitor on. Check the monitor, Ron. No, it's crooked. Okay. That better? Oh, it's got to go up a little bit. Yeah, I'm using the wrong glue, and I got my hands in the way again. You know, I am sober. I almost wish I had the excuse that I wasn't. Scratched it too now. Okay, it's straight. All right. Okay, we're back here, and you notice it looks like it's really messed up, but you don't see that at normal viewing distance. Even right now with my strong reading glasses on, I can see that the paint is kind of messed up. But I also know from experience that if I try to touch that up, I'll probably only make it worse. So I think I'll probably end up just leaving it. And as far as the paint coming off of the chain, well, that represents the rust, you know, rusty chain. Well, I was just about to say let's do a dry run, and I dropped it. I think my problem is I'm afraid of squeezing these things too hard. Well, now it's upside down. Okay, it's supposed to go right on there. Oh my. I'm gonna have to grab onto it a little bit differently. What if I was to hold onto it like this? And then just sort of let go. That might work. The little protrusion that comes up out of that little box isn't very high. Okay, now we're going to use our wire. Now I could be wrong, but it sort of seems to me that I'm getting a lot better macro shots when I'm coming in from the side instead of when I'm coming straight down from overhead. Okay, I'm going to leave well enough alone here. Everything is pretty much the way it was from the last scene when I was shooting that little piece of photo etch and having a whole bunch of trouble. Camera was hanging right here. And I was thinking, why is it that I am having just one poof-faw after another when it comes to putting on little tiny pieces? It's not that I'm shaking that much worse than I did when I was, you know, in my 20s or 30s. What's the problem here? Well, the problem is the camera was hanging, you know, like right here, okay? And I just couldn't get in there. I couldn't see it. And I think my problem is I'm putting the camera first. And what I should be doing is I should be wearing my strong glasses, or maybe even these, and just getting right in there over top of it. And then think to myself, okay, now that I'm in the most comfortable position that I can do a really nice job, where can I put the camera? Like, I've got this stand here, and, well, you've seen it before. You know, I can set it over here and have it sort of look this way. Oh, by the way, remember I mentioned that I accidentally put something on top of one of those little photo etch depth charge stands, and I flattened it out and had to re-straighten it out. Well, that's what I set down. I was so thinking about the camera that I wasn't paying attention to what's really important. And I got to change the way I'm doing things, or this is, you know, it's just not going to look, well, it's not going to look like professional anyway, but I want it to look nice when I get done, a year or so from now maybe. Yeah. I'll give you another example here. I'm going to reposition the camera, I'm going to put it over there, and I'm going to have it looking this way, and I'm going to show you something. Okay, before we start talking what this is all about, well, it must be a couple of years ago. I can't remember what I was videoing, but I was using my fisheye lens a lot. And I got a comment from a viewer, and he says, "Stop using that fisheye lens." So if that viewer happens to be watching, I took it off. Anyway, now, when I was trying to place the anchor on the stern of the ship, you'll remember that even though I did turn the ship on its side, the anchor still wanted to slide off, and I couldn't position it properly. So if I had been able to take and rotate it, you know, 45 degrees or almost 45 degrees in the other direction, so that the stern is up, as you see, the anchor right now is laying on a horizontal plane. It doesn't want to slide in any direction. Just wherever I drop it, that's where it's going to stay. And that's what I should have done. But how do I conveniently now get the lights in and everything just right so that I can video that? Well, I could have done it, I guess. I'm sort of doing it now, right? But I didn't bother because it's much more convenient to just do everything right here on the model table. But once again, I've got to start thinking of the model first and the camera second. So every once in a while you're going to get a shot and you're going to think to yourself, you know, I can hardly see that. Well, mind you, I was doing it anyway. I was getting my hands in front of the camera, right? Anyway, let's get on with it and see if we can get some more little tiny pieces put on the stern here. And I'll see if I can do a better job for the rest of this series. Now, one of the viewers commented and told me something that was kind of important, and that is I've got my depth charge racks backwards. In other words, this one should be here and the other way around. Or maybe just turn them around. I guess that'd be the same thing. Because the way they're positioned right now, he says that the barrels will be coming rolling out the back and chasing the crew around the deck. I guess sort of like in an old 1940s Warner Brothers cartoon. Yeah, at least that's what I envisioned in my mind. So yeah, I'm going to try and have to break these loose here and turn them around the other way, I guess. And also I was thinking that the way it is right now, that yeah, the depth charge would come out here, but it would hit the deck and bounce off. Now, it could be that those things are designed in such a way that they just will not explode from an impact, but from you know, pressure, which makes a lot of sense, especially if they have me positioning the racks on the ship. Yeah, so to that viewer and to anybody who wants to make a comment and correct me, I appreciate those kind of comments. Thank you, Andrew. Okay, now, is it going to be possible to get this thing broken off of there, even if I have to repaint it? Okay, the tray is off. I'll get my hobby knife here. You know what? I'm not taking my own advice. I better get my other glasses on. Okay, there we go. Well, it didn't do too much damage. Now if I can do the other one the same way and get things fixed up a bit here. So after I read that comment, first thing I did was I went on the internet, and sure enough I found a couple of pictures that clearly show that the racks have the barrels, or the tray at least, is sloping towards the side of the ship, not back onto the deck. Okay, I've already done the other one, and it went fairly well, and I'm going to do this one the same way. This wire idea is pretty good. It's working a lot better than anything else I've tried. Okay, that's plenty. Okay. Now the depth charges won't be chasing the crew around the deck. Oh, another reason why I had originally had them the other way is because I didn't realize what this was, and I believe that what this little flap on the end is it probably flips down and allows the barrel to miss the deck when it drops. At least that makes sense to me. Now there may not be an episode tomorrow about the model ship, and the reason for that is because this morning I put the 5th application of the Wipe on Poly onto those clock parts that are down in my workshop. And so tomorrow I'm probably going to be assembling that and having the free draw. And that'll probably take up most of the day, so if you're looking for a episode of the model ship, well, you're going to have to wait until the day after tomorrow. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching here, and all being well, we'll see you with the free draw tomorrow.